have to do this. And so therefore what? This is called buddhi, nishchayatmika. That's how a few things that we end up doing in life, that's how they get done. Like finishing our studies, taking up a job. Few things get done. Somehow by mistake they get done, because at some point we get sick of ourselves. We get sick of this back and forth and we say, no, this is what is going to be done. So this is a deeper and a more reliable area of the mind, which we say is something that has to be brought out, and we have to be in touch with it more. We have to be familiar with this decision-making faculty much more. Then we have chittam, emotions. The emotions and the first one, manaha, they are great friends. Because the emotions give data. They give the fodder. The emotions are the fodder, and the manaha, sankalpa vikalpatmakam, the vacillating faculty of the mind, is the cow that eats up the fodder. With 4 stomachs. So it keeps regurgitating that fodder and eating it up, and that's what it does. So the emotions say, I don't like this one. I don't like. That's also a seat of raga dveshas, which is the bread and butter of the Bhagavad Gita. The raga dvesha psychology, overcoming strong preferences and prejudices, is the bread and butter of the Bhagavad Gita. That's how we make the progress from just catching on, holding on to this chittam and manaha, from the emotions and the, what's its name, and the shallow area of the vacillating portion of the mind, to going deeper, to accessing the buddhi, harnessing the buddhi. This is what we need to do. And so first thing we have to do is stop feeding this cow called the mind with the raga dvesha fodder coming from where? Chittam, the emotive faculty. Yeah, terrible, very bad it is, yeah. That's how the expression have a cow came. Have a cow means nurse all the raga dveshas in the mind. That is what is called having a cow. In America there is an expression. This is the cow, okay? Yeah. And then there is one more faculty. Also comes under this rubric, the loose rubric called manaha, which is called what? Which is ahankara. I thought, I notion. And this is also what? Severely compromised fellow. First of all, who is this ahankara? If you start looking into it, it hides. As soon as you come into an abandoned house and you turn on the light, just like all the 6-footed creatures scurry away into the dark, similarly the ahankara also goes away. 6-footed, 8-footed creatures go off and hide in the dark like spiders and other bugs. Similarly, the ahankara cannot stand the light. What light? Halogen lamp? Tube light? Fluorescent light? Night light? No. The light of Atma Vichara, inquiry into who am I, the ahankara absolutely hates that. You see, now these are the 4-fold faculty in the mind. So we have manaha, we have what? Buddhi, we have what? Chittam, finally we have what? Ahankara. It is tact for us to not study. In fact, I'm surprised you are here today. Really, pleasantly surprised. Because the cards are stacked against us. So who is the manaha going to cooperate for study of Bhagavad Gita? Say no, so we can move on. Absolutely not. The manaha will say yes today, and then today itself what will it say? I don't feel like it. No. Will the emotions cooperate? Briefly, because sudden vairagya comes. Vairagya means dispassion. Oh, all this, what for? What for this? Why am I eating? Why am I alive? Why should I do this? Why should I do that? I think I should just immerse myself into the Bhagavad Gita. Nothing else matters in life. How long does it last? Till you finish the sentence ending in life. Yeah. Fleeting. Emotions are fleeting. The manaha, the faculty that is a vacillating, is also fleeting. And then what else? Ahankara is the fleetingest, if that is a word, the most fleeting entity. Because the ahankara has made best friends with the manaha on this side and the chittam on the other side. Poor buddhi, shining by itself. Nobody looks at the buddhi. Nobody wants to align themselves with the buddhi. The buddhi is just a gift from Bhagavan. All these are gifts from Bhagavan, but the buddhi is a special gift from Bhagavan, especially the human buddhi, which is meant for this knowledge. The human buddhi is totally, fully meant for this knowledge, and unsung, uncelebrated, not even noticed, sitting there quietly shining the light on all these nonsensical operations of the various levels of the mind. Sad. Very sad. But there is hope. Buddhi is the only source of hope, because if you rely on the manaha, then the pursuit will be sabotaged. If you rely on the emotions, which are friends of the manaha, the pursuit will be sabotaged when? Faster. If you rely on the ahankara, which has anyonya ashraya, mutual interdependence or codependence on the manaha and on the chittam, then what will happen? Then also this will not go further. So then what is this pursuit we keep talking about? Spiritual pursuit. Spiritual pursuit. What is this pursuit? Why this pursuit? How this pursuit? And this Bhagavad Gita, of course, universally known, universally loved. What is all this about? Very beautiful. The so-called spiritual pursuit is bringing out the buddhi from the dredges of the mind and the emotions and the ahankara. Bringing that out, and the ahankara that is sunk into this, sunk means totally identified with the vacillator. I am a vacillator, I will never study anything. I am restless. I can't sit even for 5 minutes, and you want me to sit for 1 hour for Bhagavad Gita home study. Forget that. I'd rather go rock climbing. Why do you want to go rock climbing? Because I want to show I can reach new heights. I want to show that. Come back. Why? I've already climbed half the way. And that's because the, what is that called? The goat samskaras from the last life are being activated. Come back. Last life it was appropriate to climb the rock. Right now, just come back. You can go rock climbing later. I will not stop you. Come back now. All right. What is better than rock climbing? What is better than rock climbing is to know that you already rock. Whether you climb a rock or not, you are the only thing that rocks in this universe. You are the thing, the only significant thing in this universe. You are the only significant reality. There is nothing other than you. There is nothing better than you. There is nothing unlike you. There is nothing like you. You, the conscious being, is the only thing that is there worth pursuing, worth being, worth knowing, worth understanding. And so now that you know that you rock, then you can climb as many rocks as you want, because you're not doing it out of a sense of compulsion in order to conquer something. Because this, who was that said that? I came, I saw, I conquered. Caesar. Yeah. Caesar said that. And here, Caesar clearly had not studied Vedanta. This we can write, sign, seal, and deliver this fact. Caesar had not studied Vedanta at all. So then, what is this all about? Then why did he say? What did he say? I came, I saw, I conquered. This is the samsari's refrain. Okay, you came, you saw, you conquered whatever you see. You are the monarch of whatever you see. Okay, you conquered. You staked out your claim. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you okay? No. Why? Because I want to see more things. I want to conquer more things. I want to go more places. So, therefore, all the pursuits in life, this is the first thing we need to know in order to activate the buddhi. All the pursuits in life are what? Are subject to finitude. In other words, no pursuit in life except the pursuit of oneself is designed to give the satisfaction centered on the self which one universally seeks. What do I want? To be happy, to know that I rock, to know that there is nobody other than me, to know that I am limitless, free, whole, without a second. This is what I want. How can you tell me what I want? If you were to ask me that, then I will say because everybody wants that. It goes by various names: contentment, tripti, satisfaction, what else? Happiness, joy, and sometimes bliss with a capital B. Whatever it is. That is what one is seeking. Doesn't matter if you don't speak the language and you are from some other corner of the universe, but still one is seeking that. Everyone is seeking that. That is why the Gita universal has a universal appeal, because it speaks to my heart. Through Arjuna, it speaks to me. It speaks to my heart. Even though I did not know I have this desire, all my actions up till now show me that this is what I was seeking. But like a child, without viveka, any kind of discernment, I am seeking randomly. The child, small baby, when it is tired, what will it say? I want to play. No, you are falling asleep. I don't want to sleep. I want to play. I want to play. Mother's job is not easy. So the mother has to distract the child and say, what? Yes, we are going to play. Where are we going to play? I want to play outside. No, we'll play a new game inside. Carries the child, puts her on the shoulder. We are not playing. We are playing. Here. We are playing. 3-4 pats later, nirvikalpa samadhi. The mother knows. The child doesn't know. Similarly, even though we are all grown up and in adult bodies, in the matter of spiritual pursuit, we are what? Cantankerous babies. Yes. Not cute children, okay? Cantankerous babies. Querulous, complaining all the time, in the form of a permanent question mark. This is what one is. So, why are we like this? Because the nature of the pursuit is not understood. Why is it not understood? Because I happen to be the solution and I happen to be what? Also the problem. How am I going to understand I am the solution when the problems appears to be centered on me? The problem of self-judgment, self-loath, self-dissatisfaction, what is that? Self-critique. So, how will I know it is centered on me? I won't know that it is centered on me at all. So therefore, what do I have to do? I need a mama. That's all. I need maybe not mama, ma. I need ma. Now, Vijayadashmi is all about the goddess. I need ma. Ma is again a universal language for mother, and in Sanskritam it also happens to be the word which says knowledge. I need ma. Ma is knowledge. Ma is Mother Shruti, who will take away, who knows what is best for me. Why? Because we have seen how we have led our lives so far. We don't know what is good for us many times. Whether it is in the Laukika, means in the worldly thing, or in the Vaidika, in the spiritual matters, in religious matters, spiritual matters, or in the everyday world, we often self-sabotage ourselves. When? All the time. What is this? Saw. Oh, I came, I saw, I conquered. No, not that. This is saw as in that which cuts. What are you doing? I'm sawing. What are you sawing? A limb of a branch. Where are you sitting? On that limb of the branch. This is the problem. I get in my own way. I means the ahankara that is identified with the manaha, with the chittam, not with the buddhi. That is why we need ma to grab that ahankara which is sinking in the emotions and the vacillatory areas, to take the ahankara and then align it with the buddhi. Make it a slave of the buddhi. Make the ahankara listen to the buddhi. That is why we need the shastra. Somebody has to do this. Somebody has to extricate us from the wrong thinking, wrong alignment, and put us on the right track to study this knowledge. Because otherwise we have generations and generations and generations of what is that called? Sadhana sadhya asambandha. No connection between the goal and the means. Like our favorite example. What is that? The flight landed. This person was on the flight and then looked out of the window, and then the pilot announced, "Welcome to New York." Pilot or flight crew announced, "We have just landed in New York, JFK Airport." And then what? The person panics, "But I wanted to go to San Francisco." Why is the person not in San Francisco? Why? Caught the wrong flight. So now if I complain I'm not in San Francisco, that nothing will happen. I have to catch the right flight. I have to catch the correct flight. Then only I will go to the right place. But the whole problem in life is catching hold of everything that glitters. All the shiny things attract us. We were magpies in the last life. Magpie is a bird that is attracted to shiny things. Anything that glitters we want. Anything that screams of permanence without being permanent we want. Anything that looks good we want. And the whole life is devoted to making the impermanent into permanent. What by nature is impermanent is what? This whole universe, this manifest universe of names and forms. Impermanent, always impermanent, was impermanent, will be impermanent. Its swarupa, its swabhava is of impermanence. Can you make the impermanent permanent? Now everybody will say, no, 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 we can't. But this is what we are doing in life. Defies logic, but that's how life is. Stubbornly, we make the impermanent, try to make the impermanent permanent, starting with our own bodies. Think of it. There are so many notions about the body. I don't like my hair, somebody said. Why? Because it is straight. So, what are you going to do? I'm going to make it curly. Another person has curly hair. I don't like my hair. What are you going to do? I want to make it straight. Hair raising situation. And then I don't like my teeth. I don't like my nose. There is a nose job for people who don't like their nose. All these people are sitting in Florida. And what is that called? Plastic surgeons. I don't like my face. And various body parts. And in fact, they call it like that. They say we need to sculpt the body. They say that they use the Sthapati's language, sculptor's language. Made to order body I want. Why? Because everything is starting to is sagging. Sag, 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 sag. Why? Because the body is full of bag, 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 bag. Underneath the eyes, what is there? Shopping bags. Everywhere there is a saggy, baggy body. And what do I want to do? I want to make it into like a Olympian athlete. 10 years later, did you succeed? No. Why? Because the time itself is the ravager of the body. Time itself is the ravager of everything that you possess, everything that you own. Jarayanti tejaha, the mind and the indriyas. What are indriyas in English? Sense organs. The sense organs are all just getting. That's why, first you hold the book here, then you hold the book there, then you hold the book there, then you hold the book far away. If the arms were longer, nobody would go and get glasses because you would hold it even further. This is the situation. Making the impermanent permanent is a permanently fraught situation because it is permanently subject to self-sabotage. Instead, it behooves us to ask a very important and a wonderful question. Two questions. Is there something that is permanent? The answer of Ma, the knowledge base called the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, is what? A resounding yes. What is that is permanent? You. You who? You who? It's you who is permanent. You are the one that is permanent. Who, me? No, I'm sick. I feel funny. I am shaky. I'm not well. Mentally, of course, I'm not well. Emotionally, also, I'm not well. Physically, also, sometimes I'm not well. That means the I has identified with the body mind sense complex strongly. Like a child holding on to something, with a monkey grip. What does the Shastra do? What does Bhagavad Gita do? Slowly helps you unclutch. One finger at a time. Unclutch. Okay? Again. No, come on. Stay with me here. Don't hold on. No, but it is safe. It's my teddy bear. I'll give you lots of teddy bears here. In the form of the stories from the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, everything. Unclutch. Unclutch with the familiar but wrong notions. Unclutch from everything. and come to this knowledge free, free, receptive. This is the receptivity. If you're holding on to something, then there is no place to receive this knowledge. So, the pursuit is basically seeking help, having the buddhi to know that this is an impossible situation. I want to know myself. And who is this myself? The one that is mired in the body, mind, sense complex. This I wants to know the I that is free, fulfilled, whole, complete. How is that possible? And the master's tools, as a very famous writer said, Audre Lorde said this, cannot dismantle the master's house. I am in the problem. I need something to help me extricate. Ma, the Shruti, Vedas, whose message is there in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, comes to the rescue. How? Why? It doesn't come to the rescue in the form of a salvific figure. There is no salvation in the Hindu Dharma. Why? Because you were never enslaved to begin with. You are already saved. So if you are already saved, how can you save something that is already saved, which was never enslaved? So this you, that the Gita is whose nature the Gita is going to unfold, is what? Is bright, free of strife, free of vacillation, free of pain, free of sorrow, free of everything. This you is not something that is sadhya vastu. It is not something to be gained. What is it? Siddha vastu, already gained. It's like the stock examples of the glasses on the head. Glasses are on the head. Then what? What happened to the glasses? Where are the glasses? I have to read something, I can't find the glasses. Please help me look for the glasses. And lots of self-appointed leaders will come. Spiritual leaders, religious leaders. Believe in me and you will get the glasses. How? Where is the connection? One says. The other one is what? The other one says, you just need to meditate. You sit and meditate. Preferably stand. You can sit and meditate or stand on one leg and meditate. You will get the glasses. Third one says, no, you have to sing bhajans. Then you will get the glasses. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You sing and then you will get the glasses. And the fourth one says you have to do some karma yoga. Then you will get the glasses. Karma yoga means what? You have to serve the public with the glasses on top of that. And you will get the glasses. None of these methods can produce, quote unquote, produce the glasses, because the glasses are not a product. They are with you all the time. But unknown, as though unknown. Why? Because of ignorance of the glasses. The ignorance of the glasses, somebody has to tell you, look, the glasses that you look for are already on the head. You have to understand that. And that's all that the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, all of them, that's all they do. They point to the self that is already there, the self that is free, that is limitless, that is whole. They just point to it. And you being yourself, you will understand that. This being there, you will definitely, fully understand that. And when you understand this, there is nothing more to do. This is not so much about a doing, it is more of a being. It is more of a being, not a doing. There is absolutely nothing to do. You have to just Allow this knowledge to take place. Allow yourself to be, allow this knowledge to take place. Relax in the lap of Ma. That is what it is. So that the glasses on the head, which is the metaphor for what? Knowing that I am the possessor of this nidhi, this treasure called Atma, which is the truth of the whole universe, Brahman. This Atma, I, is non-separate from Brahman. There is no other way of finding out. We have to seek help. And then this is the help that is at hand. One asks the question, how do I know this? Especially in my busy life with all kinds of competing desires and so many ambitions, so many goals. How can I know this? Answer to that is given in something called Bhagavad Gita home study. Very nice. Feels good. Feels good on many, many levels. First thing, why it feels good is because it is right in your hands. Ahankara loves that. Ahankara says, very nice. I don't have to go to some annoying being called Guru. Yes. Why? The Gita itself is the Guru. In fact, that is the truth. The Guru is just a mouthpiece. What we call Guru is a mouthpiece of the original Guru, which is the Shastra. The Shastra is the Guru, but the Shastra we cannot understand directly. Therefore, we need an interloper, somebody who has studied. This interloper is not somebody who is masquerading to replace the Shastra. The interpreter of the Shastra is a mouthpiece of the Shastra, true to the tradition, true to the lineage, true to the message, the vision of oneness and no division, which is at the heart of the Bhagavad Gita. And so the home study means it is right with me. And it is difficult to study by oneself. Go back to the start of this lecture. One day I make a decision. I'll study 3-4 pages of the home study every single day. It's like New Year resolution. I'm going to buy a gym membership. That's why the people who runs the gym is getting richer and richer and richer. Because Mr. Jim will go to the gym when? Once, twice. And then they are very clever. They will not say you pay by the day. 6 months you get a membership because you want to exercise. January 1st to June, you get the membership fully. And then you will do this. 6 months you get the membership. Fine, done. And then look, you're getting a discount rather than paying for every day. Mr. Jim thinks this is a very good deal. Yes. And then in the fine line, what is written? Non-refundable, non-exchangeable, transferable. Gym owner is very happy. One more person, one more gullible person came into the spate of this. So if one is studying by oneself, this is bound to happen. That is why we do this in a group. And our Guru, Pujya Swami Sri Dayananda Ji, who was like a comet, really, a bright light streaking through the universe, a special time, a special teacher, a unique teacher. He, out of the kindness of his heart, culled through many What is that called? Commentaries of the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita has many commentaries. Adi Shankara's most famous and the most ancient. Then we have Ramaraya Kavi. Then we have Madhusudana Saraswati. So many commentaries. He culled through all of them because he knew that we would not have either, most people would not have either the time or the inclination to do this. So he culled through all the commentaries and then has translated into English everything. In fact, there is an expression, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anyaihi Shastra Vistaraihi. The Gita must be studied in great detail, and if the Bhagavad Gita is studied, then what is the use of all other Shastra? Very beautiful. Which means that the Gita has everything that the Upanishad has. So there is no reason even to study the Upanishad. You can just study the Bhagavad Gita and gain the freedom that one is seeking from samsara, some sorrow or the other. Always. Very, very sorry, I am a samsari. From this feeling that the whole world is out to get me. This victim consciousness is replaced by understanding I am consciousness itself. I am that truth of the universe. I am that source of all existence. I am that awareness of everything. Starting with this body, I am aware of everything. This awareness is called knowledge, chit, not to be confused with chittam. Chittam, emotions, chit, knowledge. Not knowledge of anything in particular, but the knowingness of this being. I know I am. And I know what I know. I know that I do not know. That ontological, even greater than ontological, that awareness, and that awareness which is limitless, free, and that existence, the source of all existence, which is I, which is Brahman, Ishvara, which is again free, limitless. This is what I have to discover. And Pujya Swamiji's commentary is just absolutely wonderful. So, online groups work, we know this. Thanks to the pandemic, we have been having this, and I believe that there are some times during the time slots during weekend mornings, weekday evenings, whatever you want, so that you don't have to put your life on hold to study the Bhagavad Gita. You can study the Bhagavad Gita while pursuing all your other pursuits. No problem. Make time for the Bhagavad Gita. Let it be also part of your life. This is how we slowly study. And there are, why will it succeed? Because there are many Bhagavad Gita groups all over the world, not just in America or India. All over the world there are several Bhagavad Gita groups who have what? Who have graduated and who have finished the study. In fact, I know also of one group who studied the Bhagavad Gita home study 3 times. They finished one round after 6 years, then another 6 years they studied the next round, and then the third 6 years they studied the next round. 18 years later they came to Garland Pujya Swamiji. And they showed a photo of when they had started, and they were all looking 20 years younger. Here they were with canes, grey, old, everything, but the spirit was intact. This is the idea. Because the message of the Bhagavad Gita is all about you. It's like looking into a mirror. Oh, I hate mirrors. Yeah, that's because you have a complex centered on your face, centered on yourself. But really, secretly, you want the mirror. You want there to reflect what is there. Imagine if I told you, even if you hate mirrors, if I told you I'll get you a mirror that will make you look perfect. Really? Yes. Oh, so no spots on my face? None. Not even a single blemish on your face. But what about all these spare tires that I'm carrying? Forget that. It will show you to be svelte. Absolutely wonderful. Toned, sculpted face, toned, sculpted body. Would you want such a mirror? Immediately you say, where can I find it? Give me that. Doesn't matter how much it costs, but I want that mirror. Everybody wants that mirror. But here is a mirror that tells you you don't have to do anything to your face. You don't have to face anything that is difficult, because really what you are is free of all strife, all pain, all sorrow, all complexes centered on the self. This is the Bhagavad Gita mirror. The home study is basically making the sankalpa to hang it in your house. That is what it is. So, how does this function? If you have some, now we'll get to some practical matters of this home study. People take turns reading because it's already there. You read slowly, one by one, and then there might be some Sanskrit words. Doesn't matter, even if you blotch it up, doesn't matter, don't be afraid. Just continue. Next time you'll get it right. And then everybody takes turns reading and assimilating. That is the idea. Oh, but it's so boring. I want a Gita discussion group. What is there to discuss? Tell me. You are the whole. Is there anything to discuss in the fact that you are the whole? I disagree. That you can say. Yes. You will only look bad if you disagree. If you disagree, then what you will say? I'm not whole, I am half. There is nothing to discuss. You are without a second. What is there to discuss? You can say how. Yes, you can say how, and then the Bhagavad Gita herself will tell. And this is, this is something very beautiful. The Gita home study is not like a book club where you come and critique the book. There the ahankara is riding high. I am the critiquer. Nobody saw this point. Here the author contradicts himself, herself. I am the one who is critiquing this. But here the I has to be brought into line with the buddhi, the I notion which is mired in the ragadveshas and looking good in the book club group has to be told, has to be brought into line, has to be made to stop identifying with the manaha and chittam, etc. So the ahankara has to be brought to the buddhi, brought to the shastra. So therefore, this is not like a book club where you critique the merits and the demerits. As soon as the question of merits and demerits come, know that you are having an ahankara attack. Opt to keep silent instead, or bring one notepad and write down all urgent questions and urgent disagreements. Write down right there. How can this be possible? This is not okay and this is not okay, and I'm devoting 1 hour of my week every day and this is not answering any of my questions. Write it all down. Write it down. And then we'll see what those questions are. I'm here for you. I will answer the questions. You can give it to, give it to the moderator, and then they will send it to me and I will answer it, and you can read it in the next time or listen to the answer the next time. That brings us to the question of moderators. Moderators are people who have perhaps a great desire to do this, who have had a little more experience studying Vedanta, and so they have gone through whatever the other people are going through. So they can say, believe me, I was here where you are, and I was here for a long time. Let me tell you, this is not the place to go. I almost went down that road, and Thank God for some good karma, I was able to get extricated. So believe me, you don't want to do this because I did this and then these were the consequences of this. The moderator will help with that. And the moderator, there can be more than one in a group. And as the group grows to studying the Bhagavad Gita, the moderators can also take turns moderating every week or something like that, so that we have a way of, the way of seeing. We get to know people as well. So we're just a very beautiful, useful study. Very useful. And um, here are some ways. Let's also talk of some things that come in the way and how to overcome them. After week 4, 5, 6, somewhere around that time, the whole thing starts to appear futile. And by that time, you know something that I shouldn't tell, but I'm going to anyway, because you'll find out eventually that the Bhagavad Gita home study is 2000 pages. Okay. So 2000 pages, oh my God, I'll never complete it. Sit back, relax, ask the question, who is talking? I. Who is this I? Ahankara. Where is the Ahankara now locating itself? In the chittam, in the feelings. What is the feeling that is coming up? Hopelessness. And where is this hopelessness coming from? Early childhood experiences. The parents said, yes, yes, we'll get you a wonderful present for your birthday. And then what happened? Nothing happened. That's why. So that memory of dashed hopes, disappointment in childhood, disenchantment with friends, teachers, parents, etc., siblings is now being reactivated, where one thinks this will also not work. Why? Because that didn't work. This will work. Why? Because here you are not in charge. That's why it will work. If you were in charge, of course it will not work. So this is one big pratibandha. What is pratibandha? Obstacle. This is one big obstacle that comes around first 2 months. And then everybody will stop attending. But you don't stop, okay? Yeah. You keep on. You don't stop. You just say, aha, we were forewarned this would happen. And you can make some space to discuss that after the home study. Like, I don't see the point of it. Have the ahankaras all get together for 5-10 minutes. Okay, not for a long time. Oh, no. For 5-10 minutes, just say, yeah, it's difficult. But then say, yes, we know this would happen. We know that there is a kind of a sagging. The desire for the study sags, not because it is compromised. It is as though compromised, not really compromised. The desire is strong, it is there, but is overshadowed by the hopelessness, the eclipse of hopelessness. So and then we have a wonderful figure who shows all this. What? Arjuna. Arjuna has many attacks of hopelessness. Why? Only for our sake, so that we can identify and say, thank God I'm not alone. Even Arjuna is sitting in the chariot. Even Arjuna is sad. Very, 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 very sad. So, then what? This is how we go on. This is one thing that can come up. Whenever it comes up, we have to recognize that I'm having an ahankara attack. The ahankara has become great friends and has hugged the emotions, and this embrace you have to let go. Have that inner space, sakshita, observing. Then the second thing that can come up is just this feeling of, what is that called? Boredom. Boredom actually is not a feeling. It's a precursor of a feeling. Usually if you look at boredom, it will be hiding disenchantment, hopelessness, disappointment, something there. And we have to look into that and then do some housekeeping, inner house cleaning, and then it will be all right. Then the next thing that can come up is, I love the Bhagavad Gita home study. I just don't like a few of the people in it. Yes, Thankfully, we have more than one group. Join another group if that happens. Yeah, join another group. I like the study, but I don't like the people. Join another group, no problem. No, but that time doesn't work for me. I can't join another group. Yes, then if that's the case, know that Bhagavan has a greater destiny for you in terms of overcoming this ragadvesha, muting them out, allowing them to not overpower you and your sense of being. That's why we have the moderator, to make sure that nobody dominates, and the moderator will also ensure that this doesn't turn into a book club or a discussion group. These are some ways in which we persevere. And if you meet once a week, then it will take about 5 years, I think, average, to finish the whole Bhagavad Gita. But the nice thing is, it is at your pace and you feel connected to it. And what other things you want to do in 5 years, you can keep continuing to have all your 5-year plans, like the Indian government. And you can keep on having 5-year plans, no problem. But then, on the top of all the 5 years plans, put Gita home study first, and then all the other things. All right, yeah. So, are there any questions before we close? Are there any doubts, any fears, any questions, any practical things? Nice to see all of you. Very, very wonderful. And if you have questions, you can ask in the chat pod, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Two possibilities. Nobody has questions.
Swaminiji,
Yes,
please
one
for
question.
me.
Yes, tell me.
Swamiji, right now I'm in Mysore, but
Yes.
I'll be returned to BC.
Yeah.
Up my health
Yeah.
in about 6 weeks. So I don't really know which is the kind of group I should stick to.
Doesn't matter. You start with one group, and if when you go back when you go back to Canada, if the timing does not agree, then you switch to another group, or you can start your own group as well. That is also there. Get 8-10 people and start a live group where you are. That's also a possibility. The whole point is to be with the teaching. This is just absolutely wonderful to do that. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Should we buy any the course or should we download, Swamiji?
Yeah, you can get that. You can buy it and download it, and then every group can have its own way of distributing the material. You don't have to buy it, and maybe the moderator will have it, and the moderator can just give some few pages so that it's not overwhelming. Few pages. In 1 hour, you can read about 20-25 pages. So every week, you can the moderator can send 25-30 pages to the whole group. That's also a possibility. So every group will have its own way of doing this.
Swamiji, I have a question.
Yes?
Is it that we read the text together, or do we read it in advance and
No, you
talk
don't read
about
it in
it?
advance. You don't read it in advance at all. You read it together one by one. You can't read it all together. So each one, this is the job of the moderator. So let's say there are 25 people in the group, and then let's say I'm the moderator. So I will, there will be some WhatsApp group or something like that. So I will ahead of time say, let's say alphabetically. So from A to F. They will read today. Next week from G to something else. So people whose first names start with this, they will read. And then so this way it can be it can be selected ahead of time so that everybody has a chance to read and everybody is acknowledged and everybody reads. So it can be done. Every moderator will have their own way. I just suggested one way. It's not the only way. It's good to keep it decentralized, and it's good to keep it speaking to the exigencies of the time and place wherever people are. It should help the people. So therefore, we'll keep it decentralized. So however people want to do, so long as it doesn't start into a discussion group, it's good to keep it decentralized so that every group, depending on their time, their place, their members, will come up with certain rules for which are applicable. Of course, there are general rules, like not discussing it is a very, very big general rule. But other than that, then there will be some specific rules for the specific groups in which people are. And then some groups can be a hybrid group. Some people can be there in person and some people can be there online. That is also a possibility.
And what we do with when we have questions
When you
about.
have questions, you write it down, you give it to the moderator, and then I will answer them. And then you can read it out or play it in the next meeting.
Thank you, Swaminiji.
Swaminiji, one more item to ask you.
Yeah.
First, rather two things. One is if I'm signed up for say Saturday class and I had to travel that day, can I take the class while I'm driving, or because I'm not able to read then, or should I switch to a Monday class for that week? Second thing is evening when I come back home, say 9 o'clock, so I eat food, multitasking, and attend the class. Something on that, please.
Yeah. Driving, I don't think is, I don't know about driving.
In general, I was talking multitasking.
Yeah. I don't know about driving, because if you're just listening to a Vedanta class while driving, it's different. But if you're listening to people interacting, I think it'll be distracting. I would not advise driving and attending Gita home study. I think it'll be difficult. So for that, you can ask that meeting to be recorded and then uh, given to you later. You can join another group for that week. So many things are there. And then, eating is again difficult, because this is not a show and the food is not popcorn. During the pandemic, I have seen it all. People eating while taking what is that, Vedanta classes. Upanishad class is going on and people are, eating, drinking, fighting. And there was a couple I saw with my own eyes. They were almost at each other's throats. I was thinking of stopping the broadcast because I was worried about their safety. And then suddenly they turned off the camera. So we don't do that. Yeah. If that's the situation, one spouse can go to one group, the other spouse can join the other group so that you're not at each other's throats. Okay? Yeah. And eating also, you think you're focusing, but you're not. You're not focusing. When you're eating, you are distracted. And so these are things, it's just give it a chance. Give the Gita Home Study, GHS, a chance. All you have to lose is your ignorance. Yeah. So give it a chance.
So if you're saving all the questions, Swamiji, and sending it to you, during the class itself, once you read it, you said you don't, obviously, it's not a book club. So what do we do? How do we leverage each other's presence in the class?
So you see, what happens is that some of the questions will get answered right there. They might be small questions which the moderator can themselves answer. And we are talking of questions that the moderator cannot answer. And if the moderator does not cannot answer, then we will, then you can send it to me. And many small questions, practical questions, pragmatic issues, some planning questions, all these can be sorted out right then and there. And the questions that cannot be answered, you can do two things. One is sometimes they get answered in the very next week because the home study is so thorough, so beautiful, so wonderful. And so the questions that get answered, sometimes you write down the question and wait for a week or two. And then if it doesn't get answered, then you send it. Okay? Because this also helps us to grow in titiksha, in a certain kind of a patience, to know that yes, it will come. The food will come. The food which I want will come. So it's just like in a restaurant. All the dishes you order cannot come all at once. So first one dish will come, and then the waiters will be looking, okay, have they assimilated it? Have they finished it? Then another dish will come. And if it's a big group, like 12, 15 people are at the lunch or dinner, you have gone with a big group of friends, then you have to wait till everybody finishes their soup, and somebody will be keeping on lingering over their soup, somebody will be keeping on lingering over the appetizer. You have to wait. You wait and then it will come. So here also, the Mother Shruti knows, the Bhagavad Gita home study knows. The commentary, Adi Shankara's commentary, it knows when to give what. And so so sometimes it behooves us to wait for a week or two, write down the question and wait, and wait for next week and see if it's answered, if the text itself answers it. And if it doesn't answer it in 1 week or 2 weeks, then you can do this. Then you can give it to the moderator. And sometimes what happens is that the same question comes again and again. Like Arjuna has the same exact question again and again and again. And so that also is like depending on where one is, the same kind of questions keep coming. So we will, deal with it as they come. Okay? All right. All the best wishes for Vijaya Dashami and for the successful completion of not one but many Gita home study groups. And then may everyone thrive, may everyone be blessed by the words of the Shastra coming through our Pujya Swamiji. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you,
तत्सत्
Swamiji.
Thank
ॐ
you so
ॐ
much.
ॐ तत्सत्
Hari Om.
हरिः ॐ
You so